hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. Nothing wrong with me. Nothing wrong with me. Nothing wrong with me. Nothing wrong with me. Something's got to give. Something's got to give. Something's got to give. Let the body hit the floor. 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 Let the body hit the floor.
Shout out to the band Werewolves for that awesome cover of Drowning Pool's Bodies. Sounds like they should write that song or rewrite that song for what's happening in Stamford, Connecticut. Let the talent hit the floor. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight, two AEW paid shills talk about professional wrestling. If I was contracted to Tony Khan's company, All Elite Wrestling, I think you guys would be the first to know. CM Punk and Wardlow tonight. What about that ending? The roll-up, the small package. People seem to be crying about the small package. People seem to be crying about Wardlow losing. Wardlow is not the story. MJF and CM Punk are the story. Brody King debuts tonight, finally. Aligns himself with Malachi and the House of Black. But did you guys notice Julia Hart not really offering any help to her boys, the Varsity Blondes? And Lance Archer is back! And he's making sure everybody dies, including the AEW World Heavyweight Champion, Adam Hangman Page. We're going to go over it all, plus Wardlow is attracting major interest from WWE. Jesse and I will be talking about everything tonight live. But I got one question for you guys before we get to the venue, because we got some serious business to handle. What are you guys drinking tonight? I'll see you guys over there.
is AEW successful? Why is Tony Khan running his promotion better than Vince McMahon and Bruce Pritchard are running Monday night and Friday night? Long-term booking.
Script. This is your AEW Dynamite post show for January 13th, 2022. I'm your host, JD from New York, and this is the OTS venue. I'm joined by my very good friend, as always, on Wednesday nights, a fellow AEW Paige Shill. Jesse, what's going on, man? How's that Tony Khan paycheck working out for you, bro?
All good, bro. Good, bro. I just had the Mercedes waxed and cleaned today.
Shit, man. I bought myself two brand new Mustang convertibles, bro.
Yeah. You know, I had to hired help clean the new bins and everything else. You know,
nice.
Those paychecks keep rolling in, bro. It's hard to not spend that money.
Yeah, I know. That's crazy. Listen, I may be looking at a nice 6-bedroom, 4-bathroom mansion down in Key West, bro. You want to join me?
Yeah, so what, you trying to spin light today? Huh?
Yeah, you know? Yeah, man. Listen, man, that's only 1/100th of what I'm being paid by him.
That's what I mean, man. I mean, we gotta shill the company, bro. What we say makes this company grow.
I mean, listen, man. I may find a new place off the mountaintops in Greece, man, overlooking the fucking ocean. You want to join me that too?
Yeah, don't forget me, bro. Let me know.
All right, cool. Listen, man, I'm all about that sunset, man. I love a good sunset. Anyway,
let me go.
Enough of the joking around. We got a very good show tonight. It wasn't a match-heavy show. It wasn't actually, I guess in quantity it was a match-heavy show, but it wasn't a show that really gave you that blow-away 20-minute classic that AEW usually does once per week. But, Jesse, it was more about story than anything tonight, and they really forwarded some stories. We got some returns. We got Wardlow and CM Punk, primarily what I want to talk about today. Also, there was news on Wardlow that broke. The great account, one of my favorite accounts on Twitter, WrestleVotes. Wardlow, Jesse, what did you think of the outcome tonight? I know you and I have discussed that CM Punk is undefeated in AEW, and the only one that should be defeating CM Punk is Maxwell Jacob Friedman. Wardlow is a cog in this storyline. He will become a primary part, an integral part of the storyline down the line. But the outcome was quite clear tonight going into Dynamite, and CM Punk definitely had to win this match, but a lot of people were upset about the ending. How did you look at the ending from your point of view?
Yeah, I think the ending was like I sent you in the text. Like, I would have preferred some form of a DQ. You know, the one thing I did want to protect is Wardlow's integrity in the ring. But the ending that we got does not compromise that at all. If you want to factor in Wardlow's ring experience versus Punk's, the ending was just fine. It's just that the fruit roll-up has been done to nauseum. And other companies, and I can see why it's being shit on.
Well, listen. It wasn't a fruit roll up, bro. It was a small package. There's a difference between a fucking roll up and a small package.
Same fucking thing, bro.
Now listen, I get what you're saying, but
look, who's taking the Tony Khan paychecks now?
Listen, I'm just pointing out the obvious, man.
Fucking semantics, bro. The point is, Wardlow was needed to be kept.
Hey, you're lucky I don't dump you, bro, okay? Don't let me get Thunder Rose on the fucking phone.
Bro, don't be jealous because my channel is outgrowing yours in a matter of 2 weeks, bro.
Yeah, right. Okay.
weeks.
All right. Listen. Yeah. You want me to put in your resume for Sean Ross Sapp and Fightful too? You fucking geek.
No, bro,
this guy's getting a big head already.
No, what did I do? No, don't do that. No, sorry.
Right. Well, listen, man. If you're on there, then she'll definitely know where to find you.
I'm sorry. Yeah, then I'll be getting a paycheck for sure, not from AEW.
No, I get what you're saying. Yes, it's the semantics is the same. Yes, but I mean, a DQ. You know, that would have been even more obvious, bro. That would have been the easy way out for Tony Khan. How many times do we see a roll up or a small package on AEW television? People are complaining, well, let me see JD and Jesse complain about this one. If it happened on WWE, it would be the talk of the town. But the thing is, bro, they don't do it often. So I don't mind this ending because we don't see fucking 6 roll up endings a week in AEW.
Yeah, no, they definitely got us accustomed to the theory of we hate those endings now because they were done ad nauseum over in WWE. Personally, I still would have booked it in some form of a DQ, and I know they want to keep Punk's record clean, so it would have had to have been a DQ in Punk's favor. But I get where they're going with the ending, so I'm not ready to shit on it because it's still telling the overall story. He has to go through Wardlow. He has to go through Spears next week. I have faith that he will. And like you said, it finishes the overall story of MJF wants to be the first to beat Punk. And that needs to be a fact within itself. He needs to be the first to beat Punk. Yeah,
I agree with that. And that should definitely be the vision here of Tony Khan in this storyline. With the way MJF acted tonight, it almost seemed, and I told you this via text, it almost seemed like he didn't want Wardlow to beat CM Punk. It was more a Maxwell Jacob Friedman out there. It was more of him wanting Wardlow to demolish Punk to kind of set him up for MJF so that MJF could beat Punk a little bit more easier and then claim to everybody that he was the first one to beat CM Punk and that it was all him and kind of write off Wardlow's work in this match. Did you get that feeling as to what MJF was doing out there, and that was what he was kind of doing out there with this match?
Well, yeah, I mean, clearly, Wardlow had him beat.
Yeah.
He had him beat so damn bad, Shivani lost count of the fucking power bombs, it seemed, man.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, easily, if he wanted Punk to lose, he just could have just let Wardlow finish him. But he kept getting in the way. And MJF is not a stupid guy. He's a smart man. He knows what he wants. So it does feel like a little manipulation. He's trying to stop Wardlow from getting the shine from being the first to beat Punk.
Yeah. Wardlow was actually the talk of the internet for a little bit this afternoon, and I know you caught wind of this story as well, Jesse. WrestleVotes tweeted out something very interesting right before the biggest match of Wardlow's career tonight against CM Punk, which he did very well in. You know, Wardlow, we're big fans of Wardlow here. Yeah. WrestleVotes is reporting that WWE apparently has their eye on Wardlow and that they are extremely interested in signing him when his AEW contract expires. Now, it might have been the night before or 48 hours ago. I believe it was on PW Insider. Wardlow actually was quoted saying that he wants to be a pillar in AEW and he wants his body of work to primarily be in AEW. And it was AEW lifer was in the statement. And he pretty much stated that he wants to remain with AEW for the majority of his career. Now, obviously, things do change and feelings change over time. Money obviously plays a big factor into that. So with WrestleVotes, they tweeted out today, with his biggest match to date happening later tonight against CM Punk, I can confirm without hesitation, and if they're saying that, they're probably 100% accurate in their report, that WWE will be extremely interested in luring Wardlow away from AEW when his contract is due. There are several people within World Wrestling Entertainment that love his potential, end quote. This is not surprising to me. They said the same thing about MJF. Fox is very high on MJF, and WWE has their eye on MJF as well, which should be a surprise to nobody. Wardlow said this. This is the exact quote. I didn't think I had it, but I do have it in my notes here. He says, yeah, I talked about this last night, actually. In 10 or 20 years, I'm going to be so excited and proud to look back and say that I was one of the AEW originals, and that means so much to me because my career started, obviously I did some indies, but the world didn't know me. As far as the world knows me right now with AEW, it's going to end with AEW, and I look forward to accomplishing and growing as much as humanly possible and reach the stars throughout the next 10 years. AEW made my lifelong wildest dreams come true. Tony Khan gave me that. Cody Rhodes, the Young Bucks, Kenny Omega gave me that. The way people are treated there, the schedule, I'm so beyond blessed, and I don't think there's any convincing me that the grass is greener on the other side. Very, very happy with AEW and the way I'm treated and just how the whole company is ran head to toe, end quote. Now, I get where people are coming from, Jesse. I know you and I are pretty much in the same boat here. If WWE actually lured Wardlow away from AEW, it would be not very surprising to see Wardlow end up with Vince McMahon over in WWE. The thing is, he could say this now, and then obviously they offer him a boatload of money that Tony Khan can't. I don't want to say can't. Tony Khan can match any offer. I should say, let me rephrase that, an offer that Tony Khan refuses to match. But I don't think it would really come down to that. But money does talk, and money does go a long way, especially with WWE. If they want something, they usually buy their way to it or buy their way out of a problem with money. But with Wardlow, if he was to go to WWE, he's the type of guy that they want. He's the type of guy that they love to have on their television program. And in 3 or 4 years, when I don't know when his contract is up, he's going to obviously be a better pro wrestler than he is now. He would lend more to WWE in that sense. I would not be surprised to see this happen. And if he went over there, I honestly think he would actually be successful. And it doesn't really... You know, I don't want to make it seem like I hate everything WWE does. If Wardlow went over there, Jesse, I honestly think he would have a great career. I do.
I don't know about great career, but I'm in agreement with you though. I think it's in his best interest to go to WWE right now. His name is now out there because of his first 3 years here. I'm unaware of his contract situation. I don't know if he re-signed since the start, or if he's coming up soon. Nobody's reported on that yet that I've seen. But he's in his early 30s. I think he can go to WWE right now at a time where they are hurting for top-end talent. They are looking for big guys to put in the ring against Roman and bluster their main event card. Wardlow can do that. WWE is in need and they have deep pockets. I think Wardlow can go over there and break the bank. I think he can go over there and make a bigger name for himself. I think he would make his career, though, when he comes back to AEW after doing 3 years in WWE. I think he'll get up there to the main event of WrestleMania scene before the end of that run. And that alone will make him a bigger name, and he can get more money when he comes back to AEW. And then he'll be used a little bit more. Here's my concern about Wardlow right now. I think he'll get lost in the shuffle.
In AEW.
In AEW, yes. I think he'll get lost in the shuffle at AEW. I think he'll rise to the top of the card in WWE right now.
It's tough to say, man, if he's going to get lost in the shuffle. You know, he's obviously the best big man they have, in my opinion. You got your Archers, you got your Will Hobbs. I think he's the most over big man that they got. Typically, they don't really push guys like Wardlow. They're gonna have to have at least one or two guys like that on the roster to really make it diverse as far as styles. You don't want to not have a guy like Wardlow and what he can do, because he's not really a prototypical big. He's not like an Omos. Well, let's be real.
He going to WWE would give him the full package, though. Minus one thing, his promo abilities. And I do think he'll get lost in the shuffle here just because there are so many top tier guys bumping and nodding their way to the top of the AEW card. And Wardlow just falls so low on that totem pole, not making him any worse. I mean, he's still as great as he is. But if I'm going to put him next to a Danielson, a Punk, a Cole, Omega, Black, Miro. I mean, I can go on and on and on. And all of these guys are a little bit hotter right now than Wardlow. Not only that, they're still in the midst of breaking them away from MJF. The break could not go well, and the babyface run could fail easily. It could be another Brian Cage situation.
Yeah.
I mean, but I think going to WWE right now while they're hurting and would love to be able to say, we nabbed a top talent from AEW and brought them over here. I think they would treat him well for a little while. I think they will severely botch his creative. Don't get me wrong. But even with that being said, I think he'll still benefit from the exposure and everything else that comes with the machine of WWE. Then he can come back to AEW and take that with him.
Listen, we're in no condition here to doubt what he said here. If he's appreciative and grateful to Tony Khan and Cody Rhodes and the Bucks and Omega for giving him this opportunity, I want to believe him, and at this point, I do believe him. But people's feelings change, and I want to use an example. You know, everybody knows I'm an Atlanta Braves fan. Everybody knows that I love my Braves. And one instance, through all of the heartbreak that I have endured being an Atlanta Braves fan up until this year when they won the World Series, does anybody remember Tom Glavine? Tom Glavine was a pillar in the Atlanta Braves' historic, just Hall of Fame pitching rotation. You got your Greg Maddux, you got your John Smoltz, you got your Denny Nagels, you got your Tom Glavines. That was the 1996 rotation. It came down to it, Jesse, where, you know, you would never think somebody like that would leave the Atlanta Braves after pouring so much of his heart and soul and being a pillar of that team. He ended up going to the New York Mets, of all teams. He went to the New York Mets to pitch in Shea Stadium. So, you know, how much is that loyalty really worth at the end of the day? I don't want to doubt Wardlow, but he's at a point right now where he's saying these things, he's happy. And what we have already discussed here, it seems like I think we're both in agreement. It's not going to be monetarily why he leaves. It's going to be because of the opportunities that may not be given there, and he may actually go over to the other side and get bigger opportunities than he would have gotten in AEW.
Yeah, no, look, I think he'll be better off over there. I'm looking at, like, someone in the chat said, Wardlow is already exposed. The silent one says Wardlow's already exposed in the best way possible. Clearly, people don't understand the machine that is WWE. Yeah, you know, for the most of the stuff that we shit on them for. I mean, taking Wardlow across, you know, to the UK, taking, you know, Wardlow over to Saudi Arabia and to Australia, and putting them on these. I mean, look, WWE is a worldwide juggernaut. AEW is building to get there, and they will get there at some point. But this is exposure that Wardlow could really use to further his career. It's not to say that he's going to fail in AEW. He might be the exception to the rule, but for right now, it is a packed field. That's not even a secret. Everybody knows how it's a packed field in AEW right now, and Wardlow as a name does not rise to the top when you look at all the other names involved in AEW right now. Yep. So it wouldn't be a knock on him. I mean, it couldn't hurt him. It couldn't hurt him, but staying and not getting over as a babyface or getting lost in the shuffle is a very high probability for him.
You know, WWE had every opportunity to sign Wardlow before he signed with AEW. I wonder why they didn't do that then. Now they want to do it when Wardlow is just catching on and you know, starting to slowly break away from MJF. Why didn't they sign him? You know, back in time when he was on the Indies. You know. That was WWE's MO.
They failed to scout his talent. They failed to see how good he was, and Tony Khan found it and brought it out. And now they want to capitalize on it, which is, I mean, look.
Yeah, but they're not competition, though.
They're not competition, no. But I mean, which is fine. Good for guys like Wardlow who can capitalize on things like this. You know, it's not the worst decision in the world to go to WWE or stay. I mean, look at Kevin Owens. You know, AJ Styles, these are huge names that have decided to stay, you know, and you can't blame them, man. They're at the top of the card. So WWE needs them in some sense and fashion or another.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. I mean, this was a nice little story for today to get people talking. I think he would be immensely successful in WWE. You know, I guess immensely successful is the wrong word to use because nobody's immensely successful with Bruce Prichard and Vince McMahon running the show. He would be a asset to them. Absolutely. And it really makes me wonder how many talents out there are looking at WWE and have seen what is going on and how much of that is gonna really weigh on their decisions to even go over there when that contract is up. If you're on the Indies and you're choosing between an AEW and a WWE, how much of what WWE has done in the last 2 years has really weighed on people's decisions not to go there. It's got to be more towards, yeah, I'm not going there because of what happened, right, Jesse?
Yeah, no, yeah. I mean, I could completely understand that, but don't forget, I think it was about 4 years ago now, we heard Jericho say that he would never wrestle for another promotion in North America other than Vince.
Yeah.
I mean, so people change their minds.
Yeah, they do. But we'll see what happens with that, guys. The developing situation. Again, we don't know when Wardlow's contract is up. Let's enjoy what he's doing right now. He's doing some great things with MJF. The whole CM Punk storyline is really starting to heat up. And that match between MJF and CM Punk is definitely going to be quite telling for Mr. Wardlow when it does happen. Other news coming out of AEW. Tony Schiavone extends his contract with AEW. He has signed an extension to keep him in AEW until 2024. So good for Tony Schiavone, even though he has me blocked for no reason. It must have been because I did a big show back in the day when Paul White signed on. I guess he didn't find that to be too entertaining or humorous. So I apologize, Tony Schiavone, but we're happy that you're with AEW. He does a great job. He works his ass off every week. And Jesse, listen to this story, man, before we get into the actual review. How do you feel possibly about seeing the New Age Outlaws on AEW television? They now are trying to trademark New Age Outlaws, and Mr. D-O-double-G, oh, you didn't know, is already putting feelers out there, bro. How would you like to see Billy and Dog back together on AEW television?
And the funny part is...
I don't know how WWE hasn't had New Age Outlaws trademarked is what I want to know.
Well, I mean, why keep it? What the fuck they going to do with it?
I don't
know.
They're Triple H's boys. Get rid of it.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Yeah.
The funniest part is that, I mean, Billy Gunn is kind of over right now. The guy's like 24-0 with his kids, man. I mean, he's doing well in the role they got him in right now. So bring it in Road Dogg, probably bring him down. At least on an on-screen persona. I would love to see Road Dogg in the back working with the younger talent. But I just texted you early tonight. I mean, I love the Hardy Boys, but come on, man.
You know that's happening.
We have too many premier tag teams in this company to be trying to feature the Hardy Boys.
You know the Hardy Boys are going to have one more run at the tag team titles, man. The AEW tag team titles are the only tag team titles they've never held. You know it's going to be a thing.
Yeah, that football game where like the one kid who's never gotten a touchdown, they just give him the ball and everybody gets out of the way.
Yeah.
It kind of feels like that. Is it really a title run? They just give it to you just to say you had it?
I don't know, man.
Or were you the best at that time?
Well, to be fair, who knows what type of Hardys we're going to get? We could get the Hardy Boys. We could get Team Extreme. We could get the fucking Broken Hardys. We don't know which version of the Hardys we're going to get. So, Jeff is coming in. So that's a foregone conclusion. But as for Road Dogg did say on Twitter last week that he will be taking bookings for appearances in seminars. And this may ease everybody's mind. He says he won't be wrestling again. Yeah, because Road Dogg is genuine and honest in what he says, right? He could say he won't be wrestling today, and then he'll be in a fucking ring tomorrow. So, I mean, we don't really believe when a pro wrestler says he's not wrestling again. So,
didn't he have a heart attack?
Did he? Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Yeah, I believe him.
Yeah.
He's not wrestling anymore.
Yeah, that could be true. That could be true. But I guess they may try and copyright the New Age Outlaws for merchandising reasons and slapping that logo on shirts and hats and socks and whatever the fuck, the lunch boxes. It might be a way just to
promos.
Yeah. So I would not take that to be a serious thing. I think that would be quite laughable, to be quite honest with you. Nobody wants to see that, and I think they both know that. Jesse, we're going to get into the review in just a little bit. Guys, I want to thank you so much for spending your Wednesday nights with us here, man. We got 2,100 to be exact in the venue. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up down below, man. We got 577 likes. There should be at least 1,000 likes minimum on the live stream chat. I mean, we're two AEW paid shills. I mean, how could you not like that? Anyway, guys, also get those super chats in. We're going to hang out at the end of the show and go over all your super chats. You let us know what you think of the Wardlow situation. You guys let us know what you think of tonight's Dynamite and what is going on in your heads about tonight's show. Also, hit that join button. Become VIPs in the OTS venue. We already got a new member in the venue tonight. And I want to shout out Ace's Adventures for re-upping for 5 months. I want to also shout out MGM Ballin for re-upping for 3 months as well in the venue. Thank you guys very, very much for all of your commitments to Off the Script. Follow us on social media at JDfromNY206, and you see Jesse's on the screen right there in the layout. You guys can follow him on Twitter as well. Jesse, you got a YouTube channel. Plug that shit, man.
Yes. Please do join me as we casually just dive into watching some AEW Dark. So if you like to watch Dark, and if you notice nobody else in IWC really covers Dark,
no,
come on over, grab a drink, hang out for an hour or so, we'll shoot the shit and check out what AEW is trying to bring through the ranks onto TV.
All right, Jesse, put that in the chat. I'll pin it at the top of the comment section for everybody to go and follow Jesse's YouTube channel. So make sure you guys go and do that as well. Also, go check out all the other videos that you might have missed on the channel, man. We got a lot of content there. So make sure you guys go and check all that stuff out. It is on the homepage right now if you guys want more Off the Scripts. Go get your t-shirts. Bonfire is the exclusive home of Off the Script. Go get your new designs with more designs coming in the coming weeks. I appreciate you guys and everybody that has bought t-shirts. And a quick plug, man. Friday night, there will be no SmackDown post-show. So I will not be live on Friday. I will be in Queens, New York City, NYC Arena, and I will be doing play-by-play with the Solomonster. We are covering House of Glory, Who Runs the World, or I think it's Girls Run the World or something like that. I don't even know the name of the fucking show, but all I know is we're going to be crowning a new Hog Women's Champion, and the field of 8 is very, very competitive. So make sure you guys tune into that. You can order it on Fight TV. So if you guys want to hear Jason and myself on the call, Fight TV is where we will be. Hopefully we don't have any more fucking blackouts from Fight TV. That would be fantastic if we have a show that goes off without a problem. So thank you guys very much for all of that. And we are now going to get into the AEW Dynamite post show. And we're going to start off at the top. We started off with Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, and Bobby Fish. It is a new era in AEW, which I am very excited about. So they walked out to the stage to Adam Cole's music because it's one of the best themes in all of pro wrestling. So he was there with his boys. Cole is in the ring, and he reminded everybody that he hasn't been pinned or submitted since he arrived in AEW. Jesse, do you want to tell everybody who's at the top of the card? Or actually, he will be at the top of the card, but at the top of the rankings in AEW right now.
That is one Adam Cole Bay.
Bay is number 1.
Bay.
So we don't know when he's going to be getting a world championship match. It could be fairly soon. But he reminded everybody that he's undefeated. He said, on top of that, the boys are back together. He said, Fish and O'Reilly are the greatest team on God's green. He says, it's a new era in AEW. So this was obviously a nice reference to the undisputed era in NXT. Matt, Nick, Young Bucks, they walked out with Brandon Cutler and asked what was going on. Matt said he kicked COVID's ass in 2 days. And then he thanked them sarcastically for the invite to this segment tonight. As they walked to the ring, O'Reilly said, with all love and respect, nobody invited them to interfere in their match with the Super Friends. I don't know if he actually was being sarcastic there. Knowing O'Reilly, he was probably sarcastic. Some people actually thought he made a fuck up there. Instead of calling them the best friends, he said the Super Friends. I think it was all sarcastic, so nothing to worry about there. He says, my bad, we'll play nice. Jackson said that this is their company and that they are the longest reigning AEW Tag Team Champions in company history. Remember that? He said their New Year's resolution is to get their belts back. O'Reilly said that's their resolution too. Fish said there isn't a single team on the planet who are going to stand between them and the tag team titles, and that includes you and you. And they both pointed to Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly. And Cole said that this is what they needed. Some friendly competition. He said, it's what makes them the greatest faction in AEW history. He said the best friends are an absolute joke of a fashion. The best friends were apparently standing by in the back. They heard their names called. They come out to their music and they walk down the aisle. Orange Cassidy was there with Chuck Taylor, Wheeler Yuta, Trent Beretta, and Chris Statlander was there as well. So they're all in the ring, and Adam Cole is yelling, cut that stupid music. He asked Orange Cassidy what he could possibly have to say that is of any importance. He didn't say anything, and he speared Adam Cole down to the mat. A big brawl broke out. Cole gave Cassidy a low blow. Statlander ran in and got in Cole's face. Out comes Britt Baker, and she ran out, and this was, I believe, Jesse, the first time that DMD and Bay shared a ring together in AEW, right?
On screen, I believe so, yeah.
On screen, yeah. They shared the ring together for the first time tonight in AEW. She knocked down Statlander. Fans were yelling DMD. She held up Cassidy for Cole to super kick him. Cole then hit the boom on Orange Cassidy. Bucks, Cole, O'Reilly, Fish, and Baker all stood together in the ring. And obviously, this feud is not over. They teased in this segment. We got a nice tease, which you could inject that shit right into my fucking veins, man, like a goddamn jab. Make sure you guys get excited about this because it is going to be fucking phenomenal when it happens. Red Dragon versus the Young Bucks, man, take my money. Take my money.
Yeah, that's going to be good.
Cole versus Omega, you know it's going to happen. Take my money. There's going to be a trios match somewhere with these three guys versus the Elite. Take my money. I mean, this is shaping up to be the biggest feud in all of AEW for 2022. I'm fucking pumped about it. But the thing is, Jesse, I mentioned this on Twitter. We got all of this happening with the best friends. It seems to be 5-on-4 right now. You got the Bucks. You got the quote-unquote Undisputed Era here teaming up. But you only got 4 best friends. You got Orange Cassidy. You got Chucky T, Trent Beretta, and Wheeler Yuta, man. They're down a man. So how about this? Is it possible we see Johnny Gargano join the fold here in Cleveland at Beach Break, make it a 5-on-5, and we get a blood and guts match between these two teams, bro? What do you think?
Let's see it. You know, it does.
I can promise you I'm not on TK's payroll, man.
No, not at all. You know, someone was in my DMs with this idea earlier tonight, and I completely agree with them. This was pretty. This would explain why the best friends are still in the picture dealing with Adam Cole and everything else.
Yeah.
Well,
I would say so. I see some people mentioning Okada in the chat. It could happen. You know, I think it was Sap on Twitter who actually put it out there that Johnny Gargano has worked with Chuck Taylor before in the past. So it would be a nice little callback to their time on the indies before they hit the major promotions. I'd love to see it. If you're going to put Johnny Gargano and Adam Cole back in the ring, man, you have absolutely no fucking problem from me there. I mean, just do it. I'd love to see it. But if that's what happens here and that's what it ends up being, I am all for that. And this is going to be the biggest storyline in AEW moving on into 2022. Wardlow with MJF for CM Punk. This was the first time that these two have met, period. And this was not a bad match. This was actually a decent little match here. It was more of an angle than an actual match. So
it wasn't a good match. It was a very well produced match.
Yeah,
everything went down the exact way it should have gone down with Wardlow being in the ring with Punk.
Yeah, and I appreciate these matches. It slows the pace down. It's all about the story. It's not 1,000 miles an hour right from the word go. This was definitely to my liking. Wardlow came right out and took Punk out with a shoulder tackle. He was using his power to take down Punk, who was obviously the smaller of the two. And then both guys teased their finishers, forcing Punk to roll to the floor. We go to a small commercial break in between there. After being whipped into the corner, Punk tried to mount a comeback. He tried for a tornado DDT, but Wardlow tossed him off. Punk reversed a powerbomb attempt, landed a series of kicks and lariats. Wardlow would not go down, and Punk finally hit a springboard clothesline that took the big man down. Punk hit his corner knee strike, and he gave MJF the middle finger. Wardlow used this distraction to turn his offense into a powerbomb. Wardlow went for the powerbomb symphony and hit one right away. This was followed by a second, a third, and a fourth. So you were looking at Wardlow decimate CM Punk right before your very eyes. Wardlow had the match won. MJF interrupted the count. Aubrey Edwards was about to count Punk's shoulders down for 3. I know, Jesse, you had a problem. Why would Aubrey Edwards stop the count when clearly the guy had the match won? Referees look stupid in AEW, man. I will admit that. Everybody from Aubrey to Remsburg to Knox, they all look like blithering idiots, man. I know. I mean,
the shoulders are down. They're pinned, and someone not in the match get on the apron, so we're gonna stop counting.
Yeah. It is a little silly. Wardlow had the match, won. You could say he won the match. Aubrey stopped the count because MJF got on the apron and he said he wanted Wardlow to do more. So Wardlow, obviously being paid the big bucks by MJF, obliged. But it wasn't enough for MJF. He made it 7 powerbombs before MJF demanded that Wardlow powerbomb Punk through the timekeeper's table. So he cleared the timekeeper's tables off. And Wardlow absolutely powerbombed Punk through the timekeeper's table. So Aubrey started the count. Punk made it back in at a 9. MJF wanted more power bombs, but in this moment, with MJF on the apron yelling at Wardlow, and Wardlow saying, enough is enough, all right, let me beat the fucking guy, I got him down. Punk, in the middle of a power bomb, rolled up Wardlow with a small package, 1, 2, 3. After the match, MJF absolutely got in Wardlow's face, shoved him, he was finger poking his chest. Wardlow looked like he was about to snap, but Shawn Spears came out and cooled the situation. So Wardlow was about to just go rogue here tonight, Jesse, until Shawn Spears came down and put a stop to that. But like we said, this is the way it needed to play out. MJF should be the only one to beat CM Punk because MJF's going to be next in line for the World Championship. And Wardlow was never going to beat CM Punk tonight on Dynamite. So I don't know why people are upset. You could be upset with the ending. You could be upset with the small package, the roll-up, the fruit roll-up, and, be upset with the ending, but it needed to happen. Wardlow was going to lose. And I thought he looked good enough to a point where the story overcame the ending of the match.
Yeah, I see what they were trying to do. Yeah. And it's fine. Wardlow looks like a killer.
Yeah.
And Punk just, get lucky and pull one off, and which is fine. I like how long this feud has gone on between Punk and MJF and still has not gotten boring or repetitive at all.
Yep.
It's still different each time, and it's going to be continued for at least another 2 weeks because we're going to get through next week, and we know they're not facing each other next week. So I'm assuming this will go to the pay-per-view, and I'm just hoping the payoff here is that MJF wins clean.
Yeah, I think he will. I don't want to see MJF cheat against CM Punk. I think we've seen too much of that in the past. MJF is too good to resort to cheating in his matches. I don't want to see that. I think a clean victory. Punk is absolutely bulletproof. He will be bulletproof for a very long time. There's no reason why Punk cannot put over MJF clean. That's why Punk is in the company. He knows MJF is the future, and I don't think Punk is going to have any qualms about putting MJF over clean.
Yeah.
Dante Martin and Powerhouse Will Hobbs, another fan favorite here on the show. We love Powerhouse Hobbs here. Dante Martin has had quite the run here in the absence of his brother Darius. I was very excited about this match, and I thought these two delivered a great match tonight. I thought it was fun, and we got a surprise, I would say, interference. Not really interference because it happened at the end of the match, but we got a surprise appearance here by Jay Lethal, who's now putting his name into this Will Hobbs, Dante Martin Team Taz situation. So Dante, he ran up the ramp and attacked Hobbs, met him halfway up there. Big running crossbody sent both Dante Martin and Will Hobbs crashing to the outside. Hobbs caught a dive, hit a spine buster on the floor, which looked brutal. That led to a stare down, or not a stare down, a beat down of Dante. Hobbs went for the torture rack. Dante escaped before running straight into a huge tackle from Hobbs. He whipped Dante to the floor. Starks was putting the boots to him behind the referee's back. Dante then started to mount a babyface comeback, big elbow, landed a top rope missile drop kick for a near fall, got a 2 count. He followed it up with a springboard tornado to the floor. Hobbs cut Dante off with some big offense outside. Starks tried to interfere, and Jesse, all of a sudden, Jay Lethal runs out to cut Starks off. Dante then hit a double springboard moonsault, which I don't know if it connected all of it, or if Dante connected all of it, but I mean, the execution might have looked a little sloppy, but he went right into a transition of a pin that looked great, and he got the win over big man Powerhouse Hobbs. What do you think of this outcome? I mean, it should have. I was surprised by the ending of this match. I thought it was definitely going to go the other way. Powerhouse Hobbs should have definitely beat Dante Martin tonight.
Yeah, no, I agree. They had a little bit of stuff going on with Hobbs. I thought that I think I saw Hobbs placing like in the top 3 of the rankings, I believe.
Yep.
And this would have been a nice little win for him. So let's see where they're going with it. I don't know, but I don't see why Dante Martin needed to beat Will Hobbs tonight. I mean, it's not like they're doing something special with Dante Martin right now.
Yeah, and it was also it was definitely a contrast of styles. Hobbs isn't a high flyer by any means, and Dante Martin has been doing great. So you got the two contrasts of styles, and Hobbs worked with the style of Dante very well, and Dante worked with the style of Will Hobbs very well. I thought he took the offense great. He sold great for Hobbs, and Hobbs didn't miss a beat with Dante's high-flying offense, putting a stop to that and selling for him. So I thought it was a very nice back and forth between these two. The thing is, Jay Lethal. I know a lot of people, and Jay Lethal is a topic of discussion in the IWC. If you guys hang around Twitter at all, which I would not advise, it's a complete cesspool.
Oh, God, yeah.
But we see Jay Lethal, and Jesse, I know you watch Dark. Didn't Jay Lethal come out with Sonny Kiss as a tag team on Dark? Please correct me if I'm wrong.
No, that's accurate, bro.
I mean,
hoping you wouldn't have heard about that.
No, I didn't have to hear about it. I seen pictures of it.
Fuck, dude.
I mean,
my reaction when he came out, man, I was just like, "What the fuck?"
I mean, that is fucking terrible, man. I mean, if Tony Khan doesn't know what to do with these guys, bro, I don't know why you're immediately bringing them in. I mean, that is a career killer. Teaming Jay Lethal with fucking Sonny Kiss, man. This is a fucking 15-year veteran plus Ring of Honor world champion, one of the best pro wrestlers in the world. And you're teaming him with Sonny Kiss. I was happy to see him tonight because if there's an inkling of a Ricky Starks versus Jay Lethal match, I mean, again, take my money. I think that would be fantastic. But Jay Lethal needs to be in the mix of things. He's not going to get there immediately. He's obviously got to work his way up. You're not going to bring in somebody like Jay Lethal and put him in the fucking world championship situation right at the top. He's got to work his way there. But, I mean, God almighty, man, teaming with Sonny Kiss is not the right way to go about it creatively.
No. And, I'm all aboard, with telling people to say, hey, you got to wait. Everybody can't jump in and run the top. You got to wait. You got to do this. You got to go ranks. And I said that about Jay Lethal. I don't change my stance on that, but come on. Yeah. Sonny Kiss, that's not going through stop.
No. If there's a contract that Tony Khan needs to let expire, it's Sonny Kiss. I mean, give me a break. Come on. Get that year one trash out of here, man. We don't need that shit. Hopefully Jay Lethal is going to be a little bit more better off and used better. So we'll see what happens here with him and him being included in this Team Taz situation. Chris Jericho, he was interviewed by Alex Marvez, who Jericho called Fathead. Jake Hager was there, Santana Ortiz, who are also in the top 5 tag team rankings in AEW. He noted that Pro Wrestling Illustrated named them Faction of the Year, did Marvez. Jericho said it's a great honor. He called Marvez, like I said, Fathead. He's not surprised because their mission statement has never wavered. He said tonight, if Terrence and Phillip, this is what he called, or who he called 2.0, that's what he called 2.0. If Terrence and Phillip want to get involved in Sammy Guevara's match later in the main event against Danny Garcia, the Inner Circle will chop them down. Eddie Kingston then interrupted and said, nobody cares about Sammy. He told them to mind their own business. He said his knee is all messed up and he can barely walk. He told Santana and Ortiz, the reason why you guys are not tag team champions, and then he pointed at Chris Jericho. Jericho told him to shut his mouth. He doesn't care what happened on the streets of New York or in the Indies. They dominate the big leagues. Ortiz told them to get their shit together, and then he walked away with Santana. And Eddie lobbied for his support there. Hager also walked away. Jericho says, listen, I'm going to be in Sammy's corner. And if he gets involved, he'll kick his ass, just like I'm going to kick 2.0's ass. Eddie said, I'm begging you to kick my ass. Jericho then said, GFY. Eddie then looked at Marvez and said, GFY. If you guys don't know what GFY means, it's go fuck yourself. So there you go. Jesse, it looks like we're getting a Chris Jargo versus Eddie Kingston match, which I then think we will get a returning Jon Moxley to the fold.
That'd be awesome. I can't wait to see where they stick Mox when he comes back. And the pop for him is going to be ridiculous, man. I cannot wait to see what they do. And whatever it is, it's going to just add to whatever he's injected into. I can't wait for that one.
Yeah, I don't know where they put Moxley. All I know is this GCW show that's happening in Manhattan at the end of the month. Moxley is wrestling, I believe, Homicide on that show. And Moxley is still the GCW World Champion. Moxley is not going to show up on that show and make his return at that show before debuting on AEW. So he's going to debut on AEW.
Yes.
So it's going to happen in the next week or two before that show. So we don't know where he's going to fit in. I believe he's going to be with Eddie Kingston, and we will see what happens. And, Bryan Danielson is not going to be doing much of anything going into Revolution right now from what we see on television. How about a Moxley versus Bryan Danielson match at Revolution, man? Again, take my money. I think that would be fantastic.
Yeah, I wonder if he's on a hiatus because we haven't seen him in a little bit.
Well, listen, man, if anybody deserves a hiatus, it's Bryan Danielson.
Yeah, he comes out, he works every damn week, long matches and badass matches, and then he takes a hiatus and he comes back and does it again. Yep. I love it.
Yeah. MJF rolls out with the microphone because he was so pissed off about what happened with CM Punk earlier in the show. He told the North Carolina hillbilly fans to keep their mouths shut. Fans chanted asshole very loudly at MJF. MJF said Punk got powerbombed into oblivion and got a fluke victory. He says he's going to make sure next week he takes his first L in AEW. He said, you guys are going to get the match you've all been waiting for. Then he's yelling, you want the match, you want the match. He said, next week, going to be CM Punk versus Shawn Spears.
Yes.
So it looks like, hey, listen, I'm excited about it. I'm excited to see Shawn Spears back in the ring, man. Shawn Spears is a very good pro wrestler. So CM Punk versus Shawn Spears next week. And Ross said that's not the match the majority of the fans are wanting to see. And Excalibur said MJF is being a coward once again. Is he really being a coward, Jesse, or is he using his brains to outwit CM Punk?
He's being a cowardly heel.
Yes,
but also being smart at the same time. He wants to send his flunkies in front of him and try to wear down the older punks.
Yeah.
A little bit of both.
We got more quote-unquote undisputed era. I will continue to call them until Undisputed Era until we get their new name, which apparently is rumored to be Paragon that AEW has trademarked. O'Reilly, Fish, Cole, and the Bucks are all being filmed by Brandon Cutler, and O'Reilly called him Landon. Cole said Statlander isn't safe anymore. In walked Britt Baker from behind. Britt challenged Chris Statlander and Orange Cassidy to a mixed tag team match with her and Bay. I'm excited about that, man. That should be great. And remember when we were talking about what's going to be the opportunity where we see DMD and Bay in the ring together in a mixed tag team match, bro. This is it. And it's going to be a nice thing to see. And obviously, it's going to get people talking, man. I know a lot of people, even before this match was announced, and Adam Cole on the roster with Britt working in the same company. How many people would love to see CM Punk and AJ Lee back in the fold against Britt Baker and Adam Cole, man? Oh, my goodness.
That would be fantastic. Isn't she still contracted with, what was it?
Tessa's company.
Wow.
Yeah. No, is it Wow?
No, I forget. But they're supposed to be doing their big debut and everything. How's that going? What are they doing?
I don't know, man. It was supposed to be this month, I think.
Yeah,
they got TV rights deals with CBS.
Isn't Orange dating Statlander?
I don't want to throw it out there, but I mean,
I thought they were.
I listen, the way that they are on TV, man. I thought they were. I don't know. Good for OC, I guess.
Yeah, man. We got Baker and Cole versus those two. We got Baker and Cole versus Jungle Boy and Anna Jay. We got who else? We got Cole and Baker versus Ty Conti and Sammy now.
Yep,
you can do it all day long, man.
Yeah. It's going to be good, man. I'm excited about that match. And anything Adam Cole does, man, I am there. Adam Cole is one of the best pro wrestlers in the world and probably my favorite. pro wrestler right now in all of the sports. So I love anything that Adam Cole does. Adam Hangman Page. A lot is being talked about as far as who his next opponent will be. Page walked out to his music, and he's got the AEW World Championship, obviously. Talked about the 90 minutes he wrestled Bryan Danielson in those 2 fantastic matches, the AEW World title. Said he and Bryan poured sweat, spilled enough blood in this battle, and this is why he still has that title over his shoulder. He said it's the most important prize in all of pro wrestling, which is a factual statement, by the way. It's still mine, damn it. He said the records have reset and he needs a new challenger. So Dan Lambert, Jesse's good friend Dan Lambert, rolls out to the ring.
Love.
He talked about Bill Watts, Stan Hansen, Terry and Dory Funk Jr. He said, and now we get you, the East Coast urban cowboy the AEW fan base can relate to. Page says he wants a new challenger. So if Scorpio Sky or Ethan Page want a shot, come tell them to get in my face. He says he doesn't want to hear from a walking Facebook profile like you. Lambert says he's there to compliment Hangman. He says his matches with Danielson are amongst the best he's seen in his 40 years watching pro wrestling. He then took a dig at Cody Rhodes for using backstage politics. Said Page told fans he earned what he has, and Lambert agreed. He says he hasn't earned this persona you've used as your gimmick. Lambert then compared Hangman to the cowboy in the Village People. Stop disrespecting the legacies of the Dick Murdochs and the Blackjack Mulligans who preceded you. He says he's full of cowboy shit. Fans booed Dan Lambert. Hangman said he grew up on a farm 90 miles from here with 100 head of cattle, and I'm a genuine cowboy. This is genuine cowboy shit. He asked him, Dan Lambert, to come to the ring and let him shove his boot up his ass so he can tell him who the real cowboy is. And then that music goes off, Jesse, that familiar. Everybody dies. Lance Archer comes out with a chair. Lambert ran scared in the middle of the ring. And the last time we saw Mr. Archer, he was beating up Dan Lambert. So now he's in the ring between Lance Archer, whose catchphrase is everybody dies. He's wielding a steel chair. And you got Adam Page, the AEW World Champion, who is threatening to put his boot up Dan Lambert's ass. So Lambert is a dead man walking from what we see here. Lambert says he's been looking at him on the side of a milk carton for 5 months. Archer shoved Lambert and did not attack him. He attacked Adam Page. He bashed him with a chair. He then set up the chair and gave him his blackout finisher on the chair, which looked fucking brutal. My goodness. Excalibur was putting this over and said that Archer made a huge statement in his return. He stood over Hangman. No sign of Jake Roberts or no mention of Jake the Snake Roberts here with the return of Lance Archer. Jesse, I am all for this match. I think this should be a fantastic match of 2 guys that could absolutely go. There are a lot of names heel-wise on this roster that are going to be lined up for Adam Page if Tony Khan wants to keep him as the AEW Babyface World Champion. The thing is, my question is to everybody in the chat, and I know some people had some nice discussion with me on Twitter tonight. When does this match exactly happen? It doesn't feel like a Revolution main event, but it seems good enough to give Adam Page that interim opponent right now before they set up a major match for him at the pay-per-view. Are you in agreement there that this is an in-between feud for Page and not going to be a World Championship match for Revolution?
Well, it'll be a World Championship match. It may be at Revolution. I mean, maybe it is possible, but
remember, there's 6 weeks till Revolution.
Yeah. No, well, it'd be a long time to get to from there, but for Archer. But it needs to be something of importance. So if they took this 6 weeks and built it, maybe it would be. But I'm with you in Revolution being held for Britt Baker and Thunder Rosa.
Yeah, absolutely. Revolution is no doubt about it being main evented by Britt Baker and Thunder Rosa, and Tony Khan knows that. Steel cage.
And that would be fantastic. The only issue is that I want Hangman's title run to kind of amp up a little bit. And put him at a pay-per-view, not being the main event is not going to help that at all.
Yeah.
And an opponent in Lance Archer, although it be a match I personally would want to see, I could see that match not filling the seats. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
I know a lot of people.
Best.
I know a lot of people are mentioning Beach Break. I'm okay with that. You know, Beach Break happens at the end of January, that week of the Royal Rumble. So I would be okay with that if Tony Khan wants to give us a big main event match. If there is going to be a long, extended storyline here between these two, and it does bleed into Revolution, I hope that they have something really worthwhile, because I feel like every time we see Lance Archer in something, it doesn't really resonate. You know, and it sucks because he's such a great big man. I feel like he's gotten shafted in WWE, no, in AEW, and I feel like he's another guy that would benefit in WWE as well, Lance Archer. But I don't know about this feud happening at Revolution. I don't know who would be Hangman's opponent at Revolution. Maybe they do this in the interim, and then we get Moxley versus Adam Page at Revolution.
I don't think Moxley goes back to the top yet.
No.
I think by Revolution they could go back to the standings, which puts Adam Cole at the top.
Yeah.
And we also got Hobbs in there, but don't forget Miro should be coming back soon as well.
Yeah, but it's tough, man. With Adam Cole at the top and him getting a championship match, you almost have to give him the world championship at that point, and then that kind of bypasses MJF. And MJF, from what we see, should really be the next in line.
Maybe. What if we get Kenny back in 6 weeks?
Listen. I mean,
and if Hangman's gonna beat Cole, maybe it's because Kenny came back and did a fuck you to Cole.
Yeah. Listen, I'm for that, man. That works out. That works out beautifully. That is if Kenny Omega is ready to come back,
right?
You know. But again, I'm not going to complain about a Lance Archer Hangman match. I think that's going to be a fucking Big Hoss type fight. I love those. I think that's great. The last time we saw a Big Hoss fight between Archer and somebody was Miro, and that was kind of disappointing. So hopefully we don't get that back. He looked refreshed. He looked great. So we'll see when this match happens. I'm going to predict that this happens before the pay-per-view. And we'll see what Tony Khan has up his sleeve for Hangman Page. And also possibly, Jesse, could set up with Dan Lambert's interference. I don't know when Cody's coming back. So they seemingly are moving Dan Lambert on to do something in the interim before Cody comes back. This could potentially set up some matches with Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page versus Adam Page, too.
Yeah, but here's what I want to know. Are we placing Wardlow and not a Wardlow? Are we placing Lance Archer in America's top team?
I don't know.
It's a good question because I could see him fitting in there.
I could see him fitting in there too. And you know what? If Jake is out with COVID, which is I believe the reason why he's out, and he's going to be a health risk for himself, we want Jake to be fine. You know, instead of traveling all over the place, it may actually benefit Lance Archer to be placed with Dan Lambert. Because I don't think Archer's going to get that heat by himself as a heel. I think Dan Lambert may be just exactly what he needs.
Yes, I agree. And with America's, you bring in Sky and Page and put those two with Archer and make it a legit America's top team and not a bunch of MMA guys that came and went. And they could be a legitimate. I would see them functioning as like the way the Hurt business should be functioning.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, be a perfect dynamic with those guys.
Yeah, I think that would be great. I wasn't too big on that MMA stuff with America's Top Team, but if they're going to build America's Top Team with some people in the company, I think they have a nice trio here with Archer, Sky, and Ethan Page. And with those trio championships more than likely coming this year, you want to have some solid fucking guys together. I think that's a solid group of guys right there.
Yeah, they got so many. That would be a solid trio. So you can put Archer at the top of the card with Page for a little while.
Yep.
When that calms down, you still get the tag team division for those two, and the trios titles coming for all three of them. You're right. That'd be a phenomenal team. Those guys, those four guys right there.
Tony Schiavone interviewed Arn Anderson with his son Brock Anderson and Lee Johnson. Shout out to my boy Lee Johnson. Arn Anderson said it's Horseman country. Tully Blanchard walked in with FTR and said he's right. Tully then pitched to Arn that he dropped the dead weight and joined them. Arn said that's his son, not dead weight. Dax challenged them to a tag team match next week. Brock says that sounds good to him. Arn and Tully shook hands. First of all, Arn and Tully on TBS in 2022. Who would have thought that? That was a great thing. Going back to the WCW days and all the old school days. Number two, FTR versus Brock Anderson and Lee Johnson. Jesse, you told me, and I agree with you 100% via text during the show tonight, FTR more than likely is going to mix it up with the Briscoes. You know that's coming. Everybody knows FTR is one of the best tag teams on the planet. A loss here is not going to hinder them in any way because they're getting ready for the Briscoes, and that's going to be a fucking sight to behold. Lee Johnson and Brock Anderson getting a win over FTR, bro. I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibility, and to be quite honest, I'd love to see it. Nice upset victory.
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, they are very high on Brock and Lee. I mean, obviously they've given them opportunities. They give them the spotlight. They've been all over Dark. They've been all over TV, and clearly they're a legitimate team. And a win over a legitimate team like FTR, even if it's via a run-in from the Briscoes, I don't care. A win over that team will put them where they need to be, and then they can go ahead and launch that feud with the Briscoes and FTR. So I'm hoping for a Briscoes run-in to give Lee and Brock the win.
Yeah, I'd love to see it. So when did they say that match is happening? Next week on Dynamite?
Next week.
Okay.
And the Briscoes and FTR are heated. I mean, they are heated at each other on Twitter right now. So they are about ready to square off.
Listen, man, we may see them at Beach Break. Never mind Johnny Gargano.
Yeah.
Who knows? We're getting closer and closer to the arrival of the Briscoe brothers, and chaos will be waged in the AEW Tag Team division. Speaking of chaos, Serena Deeb versus Hikaru Shida. I was very much looking forward to this match tonight. And Jesse, it went 2 minutes because Deeb is a fucking absolute psychopath. Killer. She took Shida out right during her ring entrance. A minute later, she rolled Shida in the ring. Referee checked on her to make sure she could wrestle. Shida obviously wasn't going to say no. Ref called for the bell. Deeb took complete control, slammed Shida's knee into the mat, applied a half crab, and legitimately, that was it. Shida tapped out. And then after the match, a doctor checked on Shida. Deeb took her kendo stick and absolutely obliterated her leg, her knee, and Serena Deeb beats Hikaru Shida via ref stoppage in 2 minutes. Now, somebody told me on Twitter that Shida is going away to go film something in Japan. I don't know how true that is, but this may have been an injury angle to set up something when she returns. Serena Deeb, and I know a lot of people agree with me. I know Jesse agrees with me. Serena Deeb right now is probably doing the best work of her career. She's probably, and we talked about this when we talked about the TBS Championship match with Soho and Jade last week. Serena Deeb is easy a number 2 or number 3 in this entire division. And she's doing the best work of her career right now. She looks fantastic. It is a absolute pleasure and joy to watch her doing this shit. She reminds me what I love so much about Bret Hart, and I know the FTR guys mentioned that as well. It's not that difficult to see. And if you're talking about anything related to Bret Hart, you got my ear. He's one of my childhood favorites of all time. And Serena Deeb is the professor of the women's division. Right now, I would say, with what she's doing, and I know there's a lot of heels, Jesse, which sucks. Man, she should be the TBS champion right now, man. I'm going to continue to say it. I don't know how they get that belt of Jade or when that's going to happen. Probably not for a very long time, but I mean, they're doing Serena a huge disservice with the body work that she's doing right now.
They are, and I'll give them this much. At least she's in the midst of this run. You know, she just got hot dealing with Shida, and Shida did not tap out. It was a ref stoppage, by the way.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, she did not tap out. So they protected her in that manner, which tells me that it's not over for them, you know. But yeah, man, I mean, Deeb is doing so well. I mean, my only thing, I think she needs to be bumped up into a title picture, but we get the title, 2 women's titles on 2 heels right now. So she's going to have to flow through a few more baby faces. That's why she's going through Sky Blue next week.
Listen, that's
they got to keep feeding her.
That's fine, man. Listen. You and I both know that Thunder Rosa is winning that women's championship, man. When Thunder Rosa comes out of Revolution as the women's champion, her first opponent, you're looking at her right here.
And if Ruby Soho was the TBS champion, I'll be putting Deeb versus Soho right away.
Yeah, I mean, there's Deeb is he's doing some great fucking shit right now, man. It really a joy to watch. But the thing is with Shida, this is far from over. We may be looking at the next lights out match in the women's division, bro. And remember what that did for Britt and Thunder Rosa. This may, if it does go that way, and I think it will with a lights out match. Imagine what it could do with these two. Imagine what these 2 women could do in that match, and how it could elevate both of them, like it did Britt and Thunder Rosa.
It could, it would, and it's a heated blood feud, you know. So it's And if Shida's going away for a while, I would love it.
Yeah.
I would love it because I want to see Deeb continue on a tear, and then when Shida comes back, she can come back like a house on fire and wanting her revenge and everything else. It'd be a pretty good moment.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Shida should be back soon. Clearly, this looked to be an injury angle to write her off TV, but hopefully we have more news on that in the days to come. Tony Schiavone interviewed Jungle Boy, Luchasaurus, and Christian Cage. Christian sent well wishes to Ray Phoenix, which was very classy of him to do. Yeah, what happened to him with outworking everybody, bro?
He's a manager.
He's outworking everybody managerial-wise.
Yeah, I mean, look, man. I mean, I like the role they're using him in right now. Excuse me. I know I've been saying I want to see a heel turn from him, but that will put him right back in the ring full time if he does that.
Yep. And
to be honest, right now, I kind of like him, just mentoring this young tag team. Who knows more about tag teams than, this guy, him and Hardy,
Yeah, really.
And so, I mean, that's one thing I do love about AEW. They treat their legends so much better on television. I mean, they're not putting them in the ring, beating young champions. They're not just being wasted doing comedy sketches. Sting is mentoring Darby Allin. Mm-hmm. We get. I mean, look at all of the time we get. We get Arn out there. Tully Blanchard out there. They're all mentoring young time. I mean, I love how they're doing. They're legends. I love it.
Yeah, they've been doing that from day one. They haven't strayed from that, which is a great thing to see. Danny Boy in the chat. Deeb should win the Owen Hart Cup. Absolutely.
Yeah,
100%.
Easily.
So with this interview here with the Jurassic Express, Jungle Boy said they worked hard to earn this tag team title, and they will work hard, even harder, to keep them. He said they'll defend against any top 5 team. In walks John Silver, Johnny Hungy, and the Dark Order, and they will have a match. Mr. Reynolds and Silver will challenge Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus on Friday's Rampage. Should be a decent little match there.
Yeah, that's not going to end well for Dark Order.
No, not at all. Matt Hardy is in the ring with Private Party. And they are in Hardy's town, or state, North Carolina. Said Ray's downfall began weeks ago when his team of 5 beat Ray's team. They showed his wife and kids at ringside. He says he will delete Penta and send him to the hospital to hang out with his brother, Ray Phoenix. So we got this match. It was really just a match thrown on the show just to get extra bodies on the show. 7 minutes, Penta wins. Really nothing more than them going back and forth with the Zero Miedo and fucking delete. It's all this other fucking bullshit. Hardy was in control for a little bit. Penta blocked the twist of fate, took over. Penta eventually landed a Fear Factor for the win on Matt Hardy. Really nothing to this, Jesse. What do you see coming out of this, or was it just a regular, just random match thrown on Dynamite?
No, you have to put Matt Hardy on TV. I mean, they're at home,
Yeah.
So they had to get him in a match, and Penta needs an opponent because he can't sit at home until Phoenix comes back. So they did the match. Obviously, Penta wins. I mean, it looks like they really didn't further too much except getting Private Party away from FHO. I keep calling it FHO. HFO, which I'm glad to see. Unfortunately, as far as I can see, it doesn't look like Private Party benefited one bit from this entire run in the Hardy family.
Nah, man. They're hard guys. I don't want to be too rough on them, but I'm always honest. I don't see them any better than when I seen them in House of Glory in AEW.
No.
They haven't upped their game at all in any way.
No, they haven't. And
they actually look worse.
Now, in their defense, there are plenty of A-list tag teams who are stagnant.
Yeah.
Proud and powerful.
Yeah.
Stagnant, not really doing too much. I mean, but I said this before. It seems like the tag division has been a little bit on hold. I mean, we got FTR, the champions somewhere else. I mean, they have these awesome tag teams, but again, it's not really moving too much. The tag run for the Lucha Brothers was non-existent.
Yeah.
It was very lackluster. It really, really was. The best part of that run was the night they won the titles here in Chicago.
Yeah, Matt Hardy could mentor Private Party away from being an on-screen mentor. That's not the problem here. I think Private Party kind of lost their identity. Like they used to be, you know, it was back in the day when everybody was like, oh, Street Profits are a rip-off Private Party. Remember that?
Yeah.
Everybody was talking about that. And now they're just as generic as anything. Like, I want them to go back to that. I want to go watch them and have them be charismatic and do their own thing. And I want them to get better. I want them to not rely on the high-flying shit. I want them to mold themselves into a great fucking tag team. The potential is there, but... I mean, it was great for the time being, but they need to go and do their own thing, and hopefully that happens.
Yeah, here's what I see for Private Party. They were put with Hardy because they lack mic skills. All right.
Yeah, so they do.
So a mouthpiece would have been good for them, but I don't know if I would give them a mouthpiece. This is what I would do. They're not great on the mic, but they are very charismatic when they interact with each other. So instead of giving them the mic and say, here, cut this promo, have them cut a promo, but instead of talking to the camera and to the mic, they need to conversate with each other. You know, it might sound crazy, but I would have them talk to each other. You know, like, hey, you know, Cass, what do you think if we did this and knocked them out? Oh, that'd be fucking crazy. You know, and as they go back and forth with each other, they're still cutting the promo, but when they talk to each other, they feel loose and they feel more charismatic. So I would make that the whole gimmick. Talk to each other and never the interviewer or the mic, and then just go out there and do what you need to do.
Well, you know, to be fair, it's funny you said that because, you know, when Private Party was just joining AEW and Private Party was still kind of, you know, working with House of Glory, you know, Big Hodge, who is a wonder with this type of shit, he was filling vignettes for Private Party in that same vein, in that way. And it was dark, it was gritty, it was like it really gave it a nice party atmosphere at the same time. What I want them to do, and I'm not telling them what to do. What I'd like to see from a fan's point of view, because I fucking love both of those guys, is I want them to take the party gimmick and not act like immature geeks and clowns. Yes. I want them to keep their identity and their charisma, and I want it to be a little bit more mature. Enough of this, you know, pound that ass shit. That shit is fucking garbage, man. Get rid of that shit.
No, they should be real club VIPs.
Yes.
I mean,
mature, fucking owners. Classy. Yes,
absolutely, and it will work. You know, Sandman Sizzle said like they did in BTE. Yeah, when they did BTE, they were very charismatic and funny, and it was great. But they weren't sitting there talking to the camera; they were being within themselves. And I found it way more entertaining. So if they could mirror their promos to be just like that, where it's like they just ignore the interviewer altogether and talk to each other and get their promo across that way, I think they will be much, much better.
I see a lot of people in the chat saying pair them with Leo Rush. Pair Leo Rush with Private Party and have Leo be the mouthpiece. Yeah, if Leo is still doing this fucking, this gimmick of his where he's trying to set up a corporation of talent or whatever it is because he's a mogul, yeah, that's fine. But, you know, Private Party's never going to learn if they don't get out there on their own and get in front of the camera away from somebody who's actively speaking for them. They're going to have to eventually speak for themselves. So you might as well try now. They're still young enough to a point where they could build this and work on it and in 2 or 3 years become a top-tier tag team.
Yeah, I'm getting real tired of the, hey, this one can't talk, put him with Leo Rush. Leo is fantastic on the mic, but he can come off as a little I don't know, maybe overbearing to the point, and it's like his ability on the mic is completely overshadowing the guy he's trying to get over.
Yeah.
I mean, just let Leo go out and be Leo with Leo and let Leo be independent.
Yeah, Leo needs to be independent. He was independent in WWE. He had a fantastic run under Triple H when Triple H brought him back. There's no reason why he needs to lead a group of people. Like, you know, this is what I think would be best for Private Party. Just grow up, really. Just grow up. That's the best way for me to put it. Just grow up.
Just make it a little bit more. Don't change the gimmick.
No.
Just make it a little bit more serious, and that's my suggestion for the promo skills, bro. I mean, just dialogue with each other. Let the reporter come out and keep it at backstage. Keep that, and that's another good point. That dialogue back and forth thing that might come off as cringe in front of the live crowd. You got to do that backstage.
Yeah.
Until it gets over it. Let it get over. Let the interviewer ask the question, and then they go into their dialogue, answering the promo, and then go out. Do that in front of a live crowd, and it can sink quickly. Let it get over first.
Yeah. Now, the story of this match was not the match. It was what happened after the match. After the match, Alex Abrahantes X'd or said Penta as a message for Malachi Black. This was obviously stemming from what happened in the week prior. Penta spoke in Spanish. Alex said Penta says he's going to show Black some respect. The lights went dark, came back on. Black was in the ring, kicked Alex in the face. Penta super kicked Black. Black took out Penta with his kick. He was trying to tear his mask off. Griff Garrison and Brian Pillman Jr. ran out for the save. Julia Hart was out there, very noticeable, wearing her eye patch still, cheering them on. Black, he was in the ring on his knees, and he was pointing at each and every one of the guys attacking him, laughing. Fans were chanting Brody King. Lights went out. They came back on, and Brody King was standing in the middle of the ring. He beat up Pillman. He beat up Garrison. He beat up Penta. And this is the newest member now of the House of Black. Excalibur did note that he is a former tag team champion in Ring of Honor, and him and Black have worked together in PWG. He landed a cannonball senton, which looked absolutely fucking devastating on Brian Pillman, and they gave Garrison an assisted power slam. So with Phoenix out of action, Jesse, this will obviously clear Penta to be a singles wrestler, maybe move up the ranks. If you're going to put Penta in the ring with Malachi Black, take my fucking money. And Brody King making his debut, he looked great. He looked physically impressive. It looks like we may have the newest duo on the block that's going to be untouchable in AEW. Can't wait to see what these two guys do together as far as the damage they can inflict. But the thing is, Jesse, and you've been saying it for weeks, Julia Hart really didn't kind of back away from the House of Black tonight with that eye patch. She was jumping up and down on the apron. It looked like she was kind of not really for her boys and not really for the House of Black, but kind of somewhere in the middle. We could be
trying to make him stop. She was like stop,
yeah.
stop. He's trying to break it up.
But it almost seems like if she's in the middle of this and she could be maybe, going one way over the other here.
Yeah, I think she's gonna turn at the least expected moment. It does feel like that. I don't know, the way that she went away for a little bit, then came back with the eye patch, and she's just been a little bit weird, even in her dress tonight. This is the first time I've seen her come out to the ring in anything but a cheerleader out.
Yeah, she came in street clothes. She had jeans on.
Yeah, so I think this could be what I hope. I want to see her join the House of Black. I'll tell you what I don't want is a watered down version of Alexa Bliss.
Yeah, I could see that.
I don't want that. They have to come up with something original for her in that gimmick if she's going to join the House of Black.
Yeah, I could see that. Hopefully that's not the case. Remember, Pac is out there too. He had a promo tonight as well. We've seen a vignette with Pac. He spoke about a light blinding him. Now he sees everything. He said his vision has never been so clear as he held up a playing card that said justice. What do you think that's about, Jesse? Could you see Black and Pac together in the House of Black? No. Or do you see him doing his own thing? Maybe he goes his own rogue way, and we get a solo Pac here.
Nah, they tried doing the stable thing with Pac with the death triangle and things, but yeah. I think Pac is just better off by himself. He just seems like a solo bastard, dude. Yeah,
listen, you put him in the ring with anybody, really, it's going to be a barn burner. But I could see him absolutely fitting into that TNT title situation. I mean, that's a long time coming, right there.
Yeah, easily. I'm still wondering if there's some kind of. I mean, I know we get everything going on with travel. Maybe that's keeping him away.
Yeah.
But it feels like he's not in the States. I mean, for whatever the reason is, but he's been gone for a while.
Yeah, it seems to be the same thing. It's a recurring issue with him. I don't know why. We'll see him back. Obviously, they did a vignette tonight, so he is clearly coming back to AEW television. Bear Country versus the Acclaimed. This went 7 minutes. The Acclaimed win in 7 minutes. Caster distracted the ref as Bowens snapped Boulder's neck over the top rope. Caster then landed his mic drop for the win. Really nothing but a throwaway match here. And again, it set up the Acclaimed versus Darby and Sting in this one-off tag team match. After the match was over, the lights went out. Sting and Darby come out to the ring. Darby showed up at ringside. He dove through the ropes with his skateboard at Bowens. Sting bashed Bowens with the boombox and his bat. Darby hit Caster with the coffin drop. Sting then landed a scorpion death drop, and that was pretty much it. The Acclaim got a win, but clearly they're not going to get the win over Sting and Darby when the time comes for those two teams to meet. So Just something for all four guys to do at this current time before what I think is Darby versus Andrade El Idolo. I think that's
I'm trying to figure out why people keep trying to fantasy book Scorpio Sky into the TV title picture. I mean, I'm not saying he shouldn't be there. He doesn't deserve to be there. The point is, I don't see anyone trying to book like Matt Jackson in the TV title picture, or I mean, he's in a tag team. Why are you trying to split him from his tag team to go for? They should be going for the tag team titles. They have a tag team name. They've been in this. They're in a tag team. So why are we trying? Oh, look, why are we gonna put Jungle Boy, in the TMT title pick? He's in a tag team. Why are they trying to break them up to put him in a singles run?
Bro, there's a lot of people who are clamoring to see Scorpio Sky because he adds that diversity there to the AEW television, and the fact that he hasn't lost a match and hasn't been pinned in 200 to 300 days or something like that. I mean, when it's time for Scorpio, it's time for Scorpio. Why are we booking Scorpio in a situation that hasn't played out on TV yet? Let things play out. Tony Khan knows that Scorpio hasn't been pinned or lost. He knows. Let it play out.
I like the work they're doing with him and Ethan Page together.
Ethan Page is great.
Yeah, I like them. I like the pairing to begin with. And it did kind of need something when it started because it just wasn't quite there. And I think Dan Lambert is the key. I think that trio and that stable works. And I don't want to see it broken up right now until I see him reach the top.
Yes, it's going to work out. Give Scorpio Sky some time, people. He signed a 5-year contract. He's not going anywhere.
Nope. And that guy's protected, bro. He's not going anywhere.
Yes. Tony Khan wouldn't have signed him to a 5-year deal if he didn't believe in Scorpio Sky. Statlander, Red Velvet, and Leyla Hirsch were backstage. Hirsch was interviewed here with the rest of her girls and said it might be selfish of her since they have a tag team match. Statlander told her to back off because Statlander was apparently blamed for worrying about Britt Baker and Bebe over this 6-man tag or 6-woman tag that they have on Rampage. So Leyla took some sort of offense to this. Statlander told her to back off and let her make her own decisions because she's not the one who is always wanting to score pins. Velvet said that they should all get on the same page, and they need to if they are going to have any chance on Friday. So women are getting involved, Jesse. We got Leyla Hirsch getting involved here. Red Velvet, nice to see Red Velvet back on TV. Nothing more than a nice showcase here for the ladies of AEW on Rampage.
I am a huge Chris Statlander mark. I love Red Velvet and her progress and where she is compared to where she started. She still has a little way to go. I don't think that's her fault. It's just that she was not featured as much anymore. There was no storyline for her.
Yep.
Let's talk about Leyla Hirsch.
Got to work on that promo, bro.
Bro, man, not even just the promo. It's just when she did the no handshake turn on Statlander a couple of weeks ago, it didn't look like she believed it. I mean, she's just kind of smirking and just kind of just nonchalant. And then, in the promo tonight, it's just not believable. No. I mean, she is great in the ring, but my God, I mean, I don't know if acting lessons are needed here, but I mean, she just gives her she gives her whole hand away in her face and her reactions and that grin, and she just sounds so cringe and unbelievable. So,
why is it difficult? Why is it difficult for somebody to cut a promo? Like, just be yourself.
It's not easy, man. I can see that. It's not easy. I'm not gonna sit here and say it's easy. Just do it. I mean, if you just be yourself and you're not an extrovert, if you're not an outgoing person, you're not naturally charismatic, then that's not gonna help you.
It's tough, man. I get it. I get she may be nervous. Maybe she doesn't have enough guidance, but she's been in the business long enough, man. She's been on AEW television long enough to know who she is and what she's about. She's got to cut a better promo.
Yeah, maybe she's just not turned out to be a heel.
Maybe. I don't know. Statlander cut a decent promo. I mean, Red Velvet, she was there, just kind of being the middle woman there, but...
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. It's just, I don't believe that Leyla Hirsch believes she's saying it. And if I don't believe she believes it, why would I believe?
Oh, well, listen. They got a 6-woman tag. We'll see what happens on Friday. Friday's Rampage is looking like this. Adam Cole versus Trent Beretta. Statlander, Velvet, and Hirsch versus the Bunny, Penelope Ford, and Nyla Rose. Sean Spears versus Andrew Everett. And Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus versus John Silver and Alex Reynolds for the AEW Tag Team titles. Then Dynamite next week. Cassidy and Statlander versus Bebe and DMD. Spears versus Punk. Deeb versus Sky Blue. Sting and Darby versus the Acclaimed. And the return of Cody Rhodes. So he is back next week. So we are looking at our boy Cody getting his TNT title back slowly but surely.
Yeah, and they came out and said that there's going to be unification match somewhere down the road, whoever the champion is. So
give me a ladder match.
Should be a ladder match. I guess this was where he was going with it when Tony Khan booked this interim champion thing.
Yeah, well,
to get back to a title versus.
Well, with how much of a fan Tony Khan is, I think he's looking at this like I mentioned on the Battle of the Belts post show that we did. Shawn Michaels HBK versus Razor Ramon esque type of thing here.
I could see that. And the dynamic that Cody's bringing to the table is going to help Sammy get over even more. I'm just worried about the outcome because Sammy already lost to the guy.
Yeah.
He already lost his title to the guy. So, and I don't think it's a good. I don't want to put the title back on Sammy. I'd rather keep it on heel Cody, to be honest.
Me too. I don't know, man. This interim thing really didn't need to happen. It really didn't. Again, we said trust the process. Tony Khan really hasn't let us down. We'll see what happens. I don't really want Sammy Guevara to be recognized as a 2-time TNT champion and then give it right back to Cody Rhodes. It's silly. It really is silly.
Yeah.
Anyway, that is what's coming up on the next couple of AEW shows, Friday's Rampage and then Dynamite next week. Shivani interviewed Matt Hardy, and Private Party. Hardy says he's upset and something has to change. Andrade El Idolo walked up to him and said he's a businessman. He asked Matt if he loves money. Hardy says, I love money, and I'm very intrigued by what you have to say. He says he doesn't want to talk in front of the world, though. He invited him to his office, and Private Party seemed a little thrown off here. So, Jesse, you told me, and I think you put it quite perfectly. Seems like AEW doesn't know where they want to put Andrade or what to do with Andrade at this current time.
They don't know. They're trying different things. They don't know what to do with it. The guy came out with Vicky Guerrero.
Yeah.
He's had like I don't know how many different managers and weird faction startups and then feud changes in the middle of stuff. I don't think they really know what they want to do with it. I think they're trying to figure it out, and I'm happy they're trying to figure it out. But what was the plan?
I don't know.
What was the plan? Maybe the plan fell through. I know it involved Pac. And he's having trouble getting consistently. So maybe that's the problem. Maybe.
Andrade should be a lot higher in the card, man. This guy's a main event guy. Put him on fucking TV. Put him in the ring.
I agree. Who's this manager he's with? Who is
Jose? His name is Jose.
He sucks at his job. You want to know why? Because every time I see Andrade's talking and not Jose. What the fuck do I need Jose for?
I don't know. That's a good point. I wasn't even thinking about that.
What do I need him for? Give me somebody who can talk and get Andrade's point across.
Listen, bro,
or get rid of this guy.
You think time has passed enough since the Ric Flair fucking airplane goddamn episode that aired on Dark Side of the Ring? You think enough time has passed where Tony Khan is thinking, let's bring in Ric Flair for Andrade? That would really get him over, I think.
Bro, two things. I don't think Ric Flair coming in would get him over by himself, first off. But second off, the thing with Ric Flair happened, 25, 30 years ago?
Yeah.
And they're still giving him heat for it just because it just came out. I don't think the fans forgot that quick. It'll get resurfaced and drugged back to the top all over again. I don't think Ric Flair is the key or needed to get somebody like Andrade over. The guy speaks for himself. Just get him a mouthpiece.
Well, if Zelina didn't sell out over there.
Yeah, Zelina would have been fantastic with him.
But what the fuck do I know? I'm only being negative.
And I'll be honest, bro. I was appreciating the pairing with Vicky Guerrero. I think Vicky would be better served taking care of Andrade than Nyla Rose.
I don't know, man. Andrade just needs to be in the fucking ring. Seriously. Just get him in a TNT title program, man. Something.
Yes.
Come on. Anyway, speaking of the TNT title, we got Sammy Guevara with Chris Jericho out there against Daniel Garcia. Kingston also came down to ringside. David Crockett was once again there to present the interim TNT Championship. This has been a thing on the last couple of weeks, AEW television. They went at each other right away. Garcia dropped Guevara with a right hand, big kick. Guevara was returning the favor. They traded slaps before Guevara sent Garcia to the floor, landed a great-looking dive to the outside, hit the barricade on his way down. Back in the ring, Garcia caught Guevara with a backbreaker, took control. Cradle allowed Guevara to even the odds here with a pump kick. Garcia blocked the go-to-hell, applied a Scorpion Deathlock, wrenched it in really, really deep. But Guevara escaped. Another exchange between the two. Garcia locked on a sleeper hold and used a backbreaker. He then hit a straight pile driver for a near fall. 2.0 arrived, attacked Jericho on the outside. They also went after Eddie Kingston. Guevara went for the GTH and eventually hit it after a distraction by 2.0. The 2.0 interference here and the distraction and this attempt at a distraction, I should say, from 2.0 was enough for Guevara to retain the TNT title. This is when Garcia rolled up Sammy for a 2. Sammy then shoved a charging Garcia into Matt Lee, who jumped on the ring apron, and Sammy hit the go-to-hell for the win. He retains the TNT title. After the match was over, we got Crocker presenting Guevara with the belt. 2.0 attacked Sammy. Jericho and Kingston made the save. Jericho bashed Parker with Floyd, his baseball bat. Kingston then shoved Jericho. The referee stepped in between them. Kingston accused Jericho of being selfish, and the show went off the air. Looks like we're getting a Jericho versus Eddie Kingston match at some point, probably saved for Revolution. But, it was a thrown-together main event, Jesse, that came together on Battle of the Belts. Not really anything behind it. Guevara got a token title, retention here, defended the interim title before Cody Rhodes comes back and makes a big deal that is his championship. But Daniel Garcia, man, main eventing AEW Dynamite. You said it in a text to me. Give this guy 2, 3, 4 years, and the way he is right now, he's fantastic. He'll be main eventing, hopefully at a bigger level, and more fans will catch on to Daniel Garcia because I think there's a large majority of the audience, bro, that doesn't really appreciate his type of style. Yeah,
dude. If you have not noticed how good Daniel Garcia is, then you are not paying attention. No. He is very, very crisp in the ring, and give this that. When they told me he was only wrestling for 4 years, I was highly impressed with what I saw. Because I say, give this guy, like you said, another 4 or 5 years. Let him get a little size to him, a little bulk. Let him change up that look a little bit. Let him work on that look. I heard him speak. It's not terrible.
No,
we can make that work. Change up the generic look a little bit. He's just a wrestler, comes out with knee pads and a towel. Just change it up a little bit. Not right now, not suddenly. Just over the course of the next few years. Bulk up a little bit. Not crazy, but a little bit. I think Danny Garcia is a major main event player in about 5 years.
I agree. I think he is a great wrestler. And we will see a lot out of him, man. Obviously, they signed him. They believe in him. They put him in these spots, and he's obviously doing his thing. For people in the chat that say the show sucked, man, I mean, the show did not suck, okay? There was a lot to like about the show. Obviously, Jesse and I are giving our criticisms of what we don't like when the time calls for it. But if this show sucks, honestly, what do you think of Monday night is what I want to know.
You guys are fickle.
I mean, Jesus fucking Christ. If tonight's show sucked, what do you think of Friday night? Where there's nothing. I don't get you people.
The show does not suck. Guys, not every Wednesday is going to be a blockbuster, debut, knockdown, drag-out Iron Man match. It just can be a week of progressing storylines and decent wrestling, which is what we got.
Yes, and do you want to know why? Their last pay-per-view was in the middle. It was in the middle of November. Their next pay-per-view is until March 6th. Look at all the time in between. You want Tony Khan to give you a fucking rock and roll 10 out of 10 pay-per-view every week on Dynamite? He's got shit to build up because that's how they make their money. Storylines, long-term booking. When Revolution comes from top to bottom, it's going to be a star-studded night. That's what he's aiming for. That's what he's doing to make money for the company. Those pay-per-views.
Yeah. This is when I started to realize how good Garcia was in the ring. When tonight's match was going on, and I was highly interested in watching the match and trying to see what's going on and watching Garcia wrestle. When there's no build here, nothing exciting, and I knew he wasn't going to win.
No.
But I was still interested in seeing what was going on. Like, why is this guy in the main event? Why is he here? So I started watching him wrestle. I'm like, this is why this guy's in the main event. He's fucking awesome at what he does.
Listen, man, you guys are very fickle, like Jesse said, man. Long-term booking is the key. From what I'm seeing, I guess you guys want Tony Khan to go the Bruce Pritchard route of short-term booking, right? Give me a break. Come on. Never satisfied with anything, man. You guys are fucking ridiculous. Anyway, I appreciate you guys hanging out here Wednesday night with us here for AEW Dynamite and the post-show live on Off the Script. We're about to get into the Super Chats, but once again, man, thank you guys very much. Continue to hit that thumbs up. There is 882 likes, man. Minimum 1,000 needs to be reached. So make sure you guys hit that thumbs up. Hit that subscribe button if you guys have not done so. Well on our way to 131,000 subscribers. And make sure you guys get those Super Chats in. We're going to hang out and read through all of them right now. So let's start at the top. We got Joseph Taylor with a $2 Super Chat. TD Garden, MSG, American Airlines Arena, full gear. I don't know, what do you mean there? Full gear. Are we having full gear in MSG now, Joseph?
Is that where it is?
I don't know. Nobody knows where full gear is going to take place. They usually announce that the month prior. Heidi Hoffman with a $9.99 Super Chat. After tonight having Wardlow absolutely handle Punk and MJF, causing him the loss, I think they might be leading to Wardlow turning on MJF and costing him a victory against Punk. No, I don't think that's the right direction there at all. MJF needs to defeat CM Punk clean. Or maybe they drag it out. Maybe this is a 2 pay-per-view feud. I don't know. We rarely get those in AEW.
It seems like it's already been extended.
Yeah.
For quite some time without having the match. So having the match and then building to another match seems like it's going to be dragging it.
Yeah,
Punk needs to move on to other things.
Yeah, you got to be careful. You don't want it to linger too long. Then people are going to, hang on to that and then forget about all the great that they've done so far.
Yeah.
$20 Super Chat by Phil. Tonight's Dynamite was great. We saw the debut of Brody King, and I can't wait to see where it goes. Let's sit back and enjoy the show. Yesterday was my 24th birthday. What food and drink would you recommend? Cheers, JD and Jesse. Well, everybody in the chat, let's give those birthday cake emojis to Phil, who turned 24. Brody King and Malachi, I'm excited for it. I'm excited to see where they go. And what would I recommend, bro? Listen, for my 24th birthday, man, I don't even remember what I did. But I'm going to tell you, I love a good filet mignon, man, with a nice cherry balsamic reduction. And a nice old-fashioned with Knob Creek whiskey. Love it.
You are such a fucking hipster, man.
Man, listen, man, shut your fucking mouth, all right?
Jesus.
Heidi with 2 Super Chats, 2 $5 Super Chats. Sorry about the typos. Shit and autocorrect happens. Hope you had a good night off with friends. Thank you, Heidi. Phil gave props to Jesse. We need more Jesse. He is awesome beside you. Thank you, Heidi. Speaking of Jesse, listen, I'm gonna mention this once, and I'm gonna mention it only one more time. Edgar in the chat, I love you, brother. Listen, you've done so much in the chat, bro. You're a VIP here. You're a fucking mod. I am telling you, I would appreciate that you don't rag on Jesse the way that you do. Jesse said nothing or has done nothing to you. Can you please limit the Jesse bashing for whatever reason? We're not doing a wrestling angle here, bro. If you have any problems with Jesse, take it up with him via email, and you discuss what you got to discuss between you two. Don't bring it into the chat, because I want Jesse's time on the podcast to be about us discussing pro wrestling and AEW. Simple. So no more bullshit, man, please. Thank you. Who do we got here? Michelle Moran with a $5 Super Chat. Punk was a beast tonight, taking those power bombs with Eddie, mixing it up with Jericho. I feel Moxley's return is imminent to join Eddie against IC. Who is IC? What do you mean JC? Who do you mean? Who's IC? I don't know. I don't know who you mean, Michelle. IC? I don't know.
I don't know.
Let us know who you mean. Yeezus with 2 $9.99 Super Chats. Haven't been able to send a Super Chat due to me getting a new job in the holidays, but I'm also supporting the podcast. I see amazing things happening in AEW this year. Enjoy your night, guys. He says also, El Idolo better be carrying some gold this year. I think he will. And I appreciate you, Yeezus. Thank you so much, and good luck on that new job, bro. Good luck on that new job. Edgar says Jesse kills the vibe. Boring as hell. Bro, listen, that's your personal opinion, man. Jesse's not going anywhere. Jesse's not going anywhere, man. So you might as well live with it. Just like we live with fucking Bruce Pritchard and Vince McMahon ruining NXT, man. Just live with it. Jesus, thank you, man. I'm GM Ballin with a 3-month re-up. Thank you so much, bro. Finding this channel reignited my love for pro wrestling, so thank you, JD. As always, here's to keeping my VIP seat in the venue. Thank you, Ballin. Love to see you and the commitment to the VIP section. Tyler B with a $4.99 super chat. JD, I'm going to miss the show tonight due to work. I'll be watching tomorrow. Just wanted to stop by and show my support. OTS for life. Thank you, Tyler B. In and Out of the Abyss with a $5 super chat. I just started watching AEW. Was it only an hour long tonight? No, it was 2 hours, bro. Why would it be only an hour long? Come on now. TBS, bro. Remember, TBS, not TNT. CC Steven with a $10 super chat. Everybody in the chat, shut your fucking mouth and stop cursing Edgar and tell him to fuck off, man. I don't want a fucking war of words here. It's not a fucking angle.
Keep doing it. No, keep doing it. Keep doing it. Keep doing it, man. I'm tired of being nice for you, bro. You gotta do something.
Edgar, professional, man. Stop.
I'm done, bro. I'm done, man. I'm done.
CC Steven, thank you. Hi, JD. Thank you for everything you do. You're an inspiration to future entrepreneurs like myself. P.S. I find it laughable that WWE wants Wardlow. They had EC3, Strowman, Keith Lee, and Cross and fired them all. Yeah. Now they want Wardlow, bro. They want to put the mask that they put on Cross on Wardlow. Jay Coyle with a UK $5 super chat. Let the bodies hit the floor. Yeah, man. I got the blessing of werewolves. They reached out to me on Instagram. They showed me this song. I didn't know they covered that song, and they gave me the blessing to use it on the show. So make sure you guys go and follow Werewolves, man. They're on Spotify. They also got a new album out that they just released last year. So go and check them out. Really, really cool band. D Bastardo with a $5 super chat. I appreciate you, man. Thank you for the 5. We got NXT Jade told to stay in the corner because her wrestling was so bad in a triple threat. Dynamite is missing something. JD is mad. What up, Jess? OTS is truth. Why am I mad? What am I mad about? And Jade is very, very green, man. Jade is very green. That's Cora Jade, by the way, not Jade Cargill. Even though she's green, too. Ace's Adventures with a 5-month re-up. Thank you, brother. Thank you for the commitment. JD, Happy New Year. Dynamite was great. I felt like AEW is a tad chaotic at times, but I definitely noticed improvements in TK structure. Tonight's show had a great flow, man. Tonight's show had a great flow. KMG with a $10 super chat. Hey, JD, decent Dynamite tonight. Wardlow is a star and is staying put in AEW, I believe. On an unrelated note, where is the only person I care about on Tuesday nights? Give me Gigi or give me death. Yeah, man, Gigi's pretty hot, yeah. But NXT's dead, man. Bruce Pritchard is now in charge of NXT. Everybody now reports to Bruce Pritchard. But I thought Shawn Michaels was in charge. Says the Geeks Online. Raging Texas with a 99-cent super chat. Thank you, bro. Raging Girl Gamer with a $50 super chat. Love you guys. JD, I'm sorry I can't be here every stream. I mean, your streams and the people here help me a lot with my depression. I know I troll a lot, but I care about everyone here. Just always know that. Love you, Jesse. Thank you, Rage. We love you, too. You don't have to be here every stream. You take care of you and you take care of your mother. What is going on? Edgar, you're going to make me take your wrench, bro. Edgar, am I going to have to take your wrench? I'm shutting the music off. Jesse loves Warriors, man. Listen, Edgar, am I going to have to take your wrench? Seriously. I don't want to have to do that live on stream, bro. You've done so much for the show, and you've donated a ton of money to the show, man. I don't want to take your wrench. Can you please cut the shit out? I'm not about to fucking have my partner here on Wednesdays who loves doing the show, and I love having him here, not want to do the show because he's being berated by the fucking mods in the chat. I'm not doing it, bro. I'll give the wrench to somebody else. It's as simple as that. Don't let me do it. I make people mods because they've done so much for me, man. Don't let me regret that. There's a certain level of trust. I don't give wrenches to anybody, man. I'm not fucking JD of 7 years ago who's going to make the whole fucking chat a wrench. Nobody's getting the fucking wrench. Stop asking me for the fucking wrench. Just cut this shit out. And leave Jesse alone, please. I don't want any problems here. All right. Moving on. Dan Hackett with a $9.99 super chat. JD and Jesse, am I crazy for feeling like Wardlow is Diesel to MJF Shawn Michaels in terms of who is more over and in the long-term booking plans of TK? I could see that comparison, man. But that's a tired comparison, bro. Everybody, like every guy like an MJF, and you got a big muscle guy like Wardlow, man. It's the comparison to Shawn Michaels and the Diesel.
You can see that.
Edgar, he doesn't treat the mods like crap, bro. He doesn't treat the mods like crap, bro. Stop. I mean, I'll ask you right now, Edgar, do you want the wrench? Edgar, I'm gonna have to take your wrench, bro, for the time being, man. Email me, please email me. Just email me, bro. Let me know what the fucking problem. I have no idea what the fuck's going on, man. I come on here to do the goddamn show, and shit like this ruins my fucking mood, man. Man, really. I'll take everybody's fucking wrench. I don't give a fuck. I don't know what I did or what Jesse did or what the show did, bro. You know, I want you here, but, you know... Jesse, what? Yeah, JD, he does. When you give us credit, he shuts you down. Bro, Jesse...
The fuck is he talking about?
I don't know. Listen, Edgar, you're ruining my fucking music mood here, bro. Edgar, Jesse, you gotta know Jesse like I know Jesse.
He just killed the whole fucking show. Move on with the super chats, bro. Let's go.
Listen.
Let's go.
All right.
Let's go, man.
Edgar, come on, bro.
Let's go.
Dan Hackett, yeah, I see the comparison, man. I see the comparison. Heidi with a $4.99 super chat. Jesse, thoughts on the embarrassing women's rumble from a fellow Chicagoan? Thoughts on the Royal Rumble?
There's no Royal Rumble in AEW.
Thoughts on the women's Royal Rumble in WWE?
I don't watch WWE.
Jesse doesn't watch WWE, Heidi. There you go.
I do not watch. I'm sorry, I do not watch. I mean, I've heard some, you know, the stuff about Mickey going in and stuff like that. I don't watch it enough to be like, this won't work or this shouldn't work. I have no idea what they're doing. I don't watch it enough. I have no idea.
Eder with a $4 super chat. What do you think of the feud of Shida and Deeb? I think it's fantastic. It's probably the best women's feud in all of AEW right now. Jay Coyle with a $5 UK super chat. Thunder Rosa have been trending with Chris Cyborg. Jesse better hide. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Diablo Stackola with a $5 super chat. Hey, Jesse, you should come to the South Bend. Me and the boys can offer you protection against Thunder Rosa.
No, you can't. No, you can't. Not from her, dude.
No. Nobody's going to be able to protect Jesse from Thunder Rosa. Nobody.
She's fucking crazy. I'm going to Dynamite on the 2nd though. So maybe we can squash this out, me and Thunder. We'll see.
DSG Goodbar becomes a new member. Thank you, brother. What are you drinking? First round's on me, man. Heidi Hoffman with a $9.99 super chat. JD, we love you, but Jesse speaks the truth always. Roll-up pins are a women's thing. Not cool when men do this, even when it is a giant superstar like Punk. Not sorry.
Yeah, I agree. I didn't like it. I mean, it wasn't the worst thing on the planet. I just would have done something different.
No. Frank Sand with a Canadian $5 super chat. JD's the IWC Messiah. Thank you, friend. Frank. Better than the OG Bruce Blitz. Who? Also, fuck that Damian Sandow looking piece of shit known as Ryan Satin. Yeah, he needs a new barber. His podcasts on Fox do nothing on their YouTube channel, man. Nobody gives a fuck. Because he's Ryan Satin. He's a fucking... he's a white knight loser. Johnny Georgia with a $2 super chat. LOL, Cody got his table fire spot from Go Big Show. Is that true? Wouldn't be surprised about that.
I wouldn't be surprised either.
Heidi with a $4.99 super chat. I hear WWE wants Wardlow. Go for it if you want to be Ryback 2.0. They can't book this guy. Can you imagine that? Wardlow becoming the new Ryback.
They tried to push Ryback, but he just wasn't that good in the ring.
No.
Wardlow was good.
Francis Loop with a $5 super chat. If TNT can have Shaq on Dynamite, can't TBS have John Cena appear on Dynamite since he's contracted to TBS with the show Wipeout? No.
It's the same damn company. It doesn't matter. But no, John Cena is not going to show up on AEW television.
No. Heidi with another $4.99 super chat. Why doesn't WWE think MJF is trolling them? I would be shocked beyond belief if he actually went to WWE. He has to know they will ruin him. MJF is going nowhere, Heidi.
Because Vince is a 70-year-old man who believes this shit.
Yeah. Oz Inglorious with a $5 super chat. Can someone please explain why Jay White hasn't been on Dynamite yet? He's been wasted on Impact again. Dude is too good for that. Great stream. Why is Jay White going to be on television with all the other talents, top-tier talents, that are not getting opportunities? Oz. Jay White would not fit on AEW television. We need to make him fit in some way if that's the case.
Jay White showed up on Impact?
I guess so. I don't know. He's still in the United States. He wasn't featured on Wrestle Kingdom because
I heard New Japan kind of stifled his momentum.
Well, I heard he wasn't on Wrestle Kingdom because of the pandemic and the travel restrictions. So he had to stay in the States, and he's staying in the States until further notice.
Was he in the G1?
He was in the G1, yeah, I believe, yeah.
Okay.
Christian Shea with a $4.99 super chat follows it up with a $9.99 super chat. Braves are going to win the World Series this year. Yeah, if there's a season. Let's get Freddie Freeman back as well. I don't think they repeat. It's very difficult to repeat. Martin Dordan with a $4.99 super chat. JD, how can you live in New York City and not be a Mets fan? AEW rules everywhere. Because the Mets suck.
Yes, he's a Yankees fan like me, bro.
Fuck that. I'm not. The Yankees suck too. Johnny Jawa with a $2 super chat. Y2J needs new insults. Fathead Marvez, M. Lee, Dan L. Jericho can insult whoever he wants, however he wants, bro. Brandon James Shea with a $10 super chat. AEW is the best show. Now I like CM Punk and Adam Cole. Who doesn't? Also, he says Cody Rhodes will be back next week with a $7 super chat. Thank you, Brandon. Alejandro with a 10,000 in Chilean pesos. Hi, JD and Jesse. I want to honor the memory of a man who passed away in 2015. He spoke the truth in soccer like you do in pro wrestling. His birthday is today, January 13th. The guru, Eduardo Bonvalle. God bless his soul. Alejandro, thank you for your generosity tonight, man. And thoughts and prayers go out to Eduardo's family and friends. Nick Crispino with a $5 super chat. Shida and Deeb should be like Cesaro and Sheamus in that 7-match series. Let them work together for a while. Lights out coming, bro. Lights out. Christian Shea with a $49.99 super chat. Thank you, brother. AEW for life. It's a lot of money there, Christian. I appreciate you, brother. Happy to have you in the venue. Brandon James Shea with an $8 super chat. Who is the top 10 wrestlers to join AEW?
What?
I don't know what you mean by that, man. Who's the top 10 wrestlers to join AEW? I don't think AEW needs 10 more wrestlers. Keith Lee, Johnny Gargano, Bray Wyatt, Ember Moon, Tegan Nox, and Tony Storm. Meanwhile, you shuffle out all the year ones that we don't need anymore and make way for the new talent. Drew Gilmore with a $5 super chat. Hey, guys, sorry I haven't been on. Got swamped with my Christmas parade. Got a 12-hour shift starting at 5:45 a.m. Wanted to pop in and give my support. Drew, I don't envy you at all, bro. 5:45? You don't want to look at me at 5:45 in the morning, man.
Ooh.
Ridiculous. I don't think there's enough coffee there to keep me awake. Thank you, bro. Martin Dordan with a $4.99 super chat. Jesse, do you make reviews of Dark and Elevation? I want to see that. Yesterday, I start to see Dark destroying NXT in 1 to 2 years.
Hey, man, join my channel. It's pinned at the top of the comment section, bro.
Issa in the chat. Good evening, Issa.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I apologize greatly to Issa. I could not make her live stream party last night. I was out drinking beer. Issa, I will make it up to you. You know I will.
Don't make anything up to her. She showed up at the end of the stream. She did not work at all tonight in the fucking venue, did she?
Listen, man, maybe it was a good thing I didn't get on there. Sap was on there.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Well, listen, FOMO was on there too, so I should have showed up, man. I beat myself in the head with that one. You know. Hey, maybe next time. Raging Girl Gamer with a $19.99 super chat. Please pray for my mom. She's getting sicker and I'm getting tired. I'm sorry for throwing my problems here, but I consider y'all family. Just sitting here wondering if I should be here anymore. Rage! Shut your fucking mouth with that shit. Shut your mouth with that shit, all right?
Please,
we love you. We need you here, man. Okay?
Please, let us know. Keep us informed, please.
Yeah. Everybody throw the prayer emojis up for Rage's mother. Christian Shea with a $19.99 super chat. CM Punk is better than everyone on the Monday Night Raw roster. Is he?
Who is?
CM Punk?
He's what?
He's better than everybody on the Monday Night Raw roster. Let me ask Bruce.
Is Roman on Raw?
No.
Okay, then yeah, I'll take that. Sure, I agree.
Magician Sapphire with a $10 super chat. I think Ric Flair's scandal derailed the plans for Andrade if they pair him with Matt as his mouthpiece, but keep the spotlight solely on Andrade and make him TNT champion soon. That can right him. Now, Matt Hardy doesn't need Andrade, and Andrade doesn't need Matt Hardy. Matt Hardy did tease Jeff Hardy coming in, though.
I'm just done with that. I am.
Exotic Gaming with a 99-cent super chat. Bro, put it in the tip jar, bro. Issa could use it when she comes back to the venue. MGM Ballin with a $4.99 super chat. I think Edgar is team sour cream on tacos. Haha.
Clearly.
Christian Shea with another $9.99 super chat. Shout out to Christian tonight, man. He's coming through with the super chats in big ways. Team Jesse for life, says Christian.
Much appreciated. Much appreciated.
Ace Productions with a $1.99 super chat. JD, can I get it? Whee! And these refs gotta go, man. Yeah, these refs gotta grow a brain on AEW television. I agree. Oz Inglorious with a $5 super chat. Love you, Jesse. Despite your questionable tacos, give me Brody King versus the Butcher. Jinder Mahal, he says. Christian Shea with a $49.99 super chat. Jesse fan for life, man. Christian coming in big time here, bro.
Oh, much appreciated, man.
He also says with another $9.99 super chat, WWE is trash, and why do people go there every Monday night to see rematch after rematch? I don't know, man. That's a good question. These people need to be examined. People legitimately thought Monday Night Raw Monday was a great show. Where? Shakoi! Re-upping the membership to 3 months. Thank you, Shakoi. We should not disrespect each other. We come here on this podcast to have fun and interact with others, so stop disrespecting each other. OTS for life. Yes, I agree, Shakoi. Lesson learned. Wool Hat Demon with a $5 super chat. I have a strange feeling that Britt Baker might get the Tessa Blanchard treatment and go after the AEW World Championship at the next pay-per-view. No.
No.
Come on, bro. What do you think this is? Impact Wrestling?
No.
Why would Tony Khan take a creative decision like that from Impact? Give me a break.
God.
And Rage with a $9.99 super chat. I like how JD says you don't want to see him at 5:45 in the morning. I mean, he looks the same. You need sleep, brother. I'm tired of the tweets at 3 a.m. in the morning. Rest, please. Bro, I don't sleep. I'm a fucking night owl, man. I can't get any rest. It's very difficult for me to fall asleep.
I don't sleep because I have kids. That's your fucking excuse.
Yeah, man, your kids are of age where they, I mean, how old are they?
My kids are 12 and 6 and 6, but they take so much fucking out of me during the day that when they go to bed at night, it's time for me to get a chance to relax and everything else. So I do that. But then by the time I fall asleep and get back up in the morning, I realize I didn't sleep that much, and I'm back to dealing with them again. They're back in school now, though, so it's all good.
Well, how many hours of sleep do you get per night?
On the average?
Yeah.
Ooh, probably about, I would say about 4 to 5.
Jeez, you're just like me then.
Yeah, it's not a lot. It's not a lot.
It sucks, man. The cycle is so vicious. I go to sleep at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, and then I wake up at like 10.
Yeah, I put them in the bed, and it's like, oh man, now I can watch my R-rated TV shows and play these games uninterrupted, and all that bullshit. Then before I look at it, like, shit, it's late. I gotta go to bed. I go to bed and wake up and rinse and repeat.
Yeah. Listen, guys, I am about to get out of here. I'm about to get out of here. Jesse's about to get out of here. Go do what he's got to do. I appreciate you guys joining us for the podcast.
In the fucking trunk again?
Yeah, man, you're in the trunk, man.
Jesus Christ.
You know, listen. You got Veer Mahan back there, and you got Mickey James trash bag, bro. I gotta deliver it to St. Louis. You know, because that Royal Rumble is gonna be pure dog shit. But listen, guys, I appreciate you joining. Sorry about the little problem in the chat before. I didn't mean to stop the stream, but it pisses me off when people don't get along here because this is not the venue to do that. No pun intended. I want everybody to get along, and we all have a great community here. So I don't know why somebody has to throw a wrench into ruining that for everybody, man. So hopefully things can be worked out and things can get back on the same page here. But follow us on social media, man, at JDfromNY from 206, at JDfromNY 206 on Twitter and Instagram. Go follow Jesse as well on Instagram. Go follow Jesse's new YouTube channel. Make sure you guys go to Fight TV and check out Who Runs the World Girls House of Glory Friday. I'll be on call with Solomonster, calling that pay-per-view on Fight TV. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up. Let's try for 1,000 minimum. Hit that subscribe button, turn on the bell for notifications, and make sure you guys go check out all the other videos that you might have missed on the channel. Ton of content there for everybody to go check out. Guys, you know what time it is, man. That guitar solo's coming up, so before that happens, I need 2 things, man. Number 1, I need those guitar emojis in the chat, and if my VIPs got them, I need those Mustang emojis present in the chat. And number 2, when that guitar solo comes on, I need that music on max. I'll see you guys tomorrow, probably with some extra. And then I'll see you guys back Friday with more content here on Off the Script. Until then, guys, take care, and I'll see you guys tomorrow with more OTS. Now we're done, man.